So, chunking is fun, right? I have a theory that there are two kinds of people. Those who like chunking and those who haven't tried it yet. And quick show of hands, how many of you are using chunking in production? So quite a few. So how many of you use chunking to combine topics into larger chunks? Okay. How about the reverse? You split large files into smaller chunks. One. Okay, that's good to know. Because we have no data about how much of each DITA feature is used, other than Chris writing on an email list, are you using this? We're going to remove it from DITA 2.0. That's the only way to get data. So yeah, chunking is fun. I've always liked it a lot. Chunking is fun also on the next version. It's just that they thought that the current token names were awful, or just not as good as they could be. So they renamed them into combine and split, which, but I have to agree, they are way better. They also sort of simplified chunking a bit, so that, for example, in a combine, you can't have nested chunks. So when you create a combine chunk, that's it. You can't take some nested parts of it out. What they also did is decided to simplify the whole chunking bit by removing the chunk tokens that were rarely used or difficult to use, and they only allowed one chunk token, so one word inside the chunk attribute. How many of you know how these removed or to be removed chunk tokens work? Not even the TC members.
Why did they change this?
Okay, so one person knows.
No. I was raising my hand to say there's a reason we removed them.
Yes.
There's a reason they were removed.
Okay. So I think I know how all of them work, but I was actually surprised that not many people know how to use them. And the to navigate has already been deprecated in 1.3 already, so.
If you asked the audience here, does anybody use any of those, or has anybody used any of those?
Yeah, that was my next question. Are you using them?
Select the document. Sorry, by document.
Okay. Because by document in Open Toolkit is the default. If you use it, it doesn't do anything. And depending on whether you're publishing to PDF or HTML, the select effectively is different, but it really isn't. So it's a good thing that you don't use these if you don't know how they work. And I don't blame you. They are quite complex, and the description in the spec isn't as clear as it could be. I recommend you talk to Robert about this and the history, if you're more interested in why this will be removed in the next version. So in Open Toolkit we have two chunking modules, meaning things that do the chunking process. The first one, I don't even know how old it is. The first commit in Git is from 2007, so it's really, really old. It's spaghetti code, which is a way of saying it's complex and messy and not easy to understand. I don't blame the original coders. The problem is difficult, and they were probably still developing the spec when they wrote that. So no blame there, but it's really complex. So when DITA 2.0, when they started to develop it, that was a good moment to start implementing a new version of it. I originally thought, can I make it work in the original implementation, but that just proved to be too difficult because I didn't understand how the thing works. I didn't have AI to tell me how it works. So that's when we started to develop a new one, and the new one is way better. Not just because I wrote it, definitely not, but it's more simple. It still does complex things, but the implementation is more simple. So it's somewhat readable. It does the processing in 2 steps. I don't remember which one it does first, combining or splitting, but it does them in 2 separate steps. And that might sound like it's slower, but if we have very few people doing the splitting, then effectively no one will ever run that splitting part of it. And code can be optimized later on once you've sort of made it correct and readable. And in the future we may combine those steps to make it even faster. So, enter compatibility mode. Because that new chunking code has been working for a while now, but only for DITA 2.0 documents. How many of you have DITA 2.0 documents already in production? How many will soon have in production? 1, meaning the DITA spec itself. So no one's really running this, but the code is there, it's better than the old one. So I decided that because chunking 2.0 in DITA is a subset of the old chunking, I could just take those DITA1.x files that only use the same subset as DITA 2.0 and just process it with the new code. And effectively does it so that it rewrites those 2 content into combine and by topic into split, and then runs the process. And it works. Lovely. We get to use the new code, hopefully fewer bugs, and we can get people using the new code. Of course, there are some cases where it might not be compatible because you're using a feature of 1.x chunking that is not supported, but then you just fall back to the old chunker. And we can do this by just switching it under the covers. But we don't have to stop there. We can start extending, or I have started extending the new chunker to cover things that are in the DITA1.x specification. The first was that we support nested combines from 1.x. That was fairly simple to implement. I started to implement the select tokens. It's sort of working already, but we don't ship it yet. And then in the future we could offer support for the select token behavior in 2.0 documents via extensions. I don't know if anyone will ever use those given this small hole, so it might actually not be a good idea to try and implement that as an extension in DITA-OT. So that's a ship it emoji. So we're shipping this now with 4.4 by default. So if you're using chunking and it looks like it could be processed as 2.0, even if the document is 1.x, we're using the new chunker. Because there's a possibility that it has regression bugs, and it likely has. You can always go and disable it by adding that or changing that configuration from true to false. So now it ships with false. And as you can see, naming things is difficult. Pre-process 2, a good example. V2 for V1, another example of how naming is difficult. Thank you for that. Any questions about chunking? If you have questions about the history of chunking or the future of chunking, that's Robert. And maybe Elliot, if Elliot wants to answer those questions. Thanks.